I'm Constance, and I am your host today for Around Kitsap. I'm here today at the Poulsbo PetsWALK benefiting the Kitsap Humane Society, and you guys are in for a treat today. Sitting right behind me, this is the hometown band, and they are going to give you guys a treat. Take it away, guys.
Okay.
I'm very, very pleased. The weather's perfect. Lots of people. It's just great.
Welcome to the finish line at the Poulsbo PetsWALK. I am here with Eric Stevens, the Executive Director. Eric, good to see you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about today's event and how it compares to years past.
Well, this is a really fun event. It's our one community event that we invite the entire community and their pets, mostly dogs, to come out and walk, celebrate the work we do, raise money for Kitsap Humane Society. You know, we used to have the event at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds, but that was kind of out by itself. This is out in a downtown, one of our communities. We get lots of people who just show up and cheer. We have 358 people that registered today, which is a record.
Awesome.
It's more than 100 more than last year.
Wow.
Our goal is to get to 1,000 people eventually.
Yeah, I think you are well on your way from what I can see here today. So the Kitsap Humane Society is really sort of a one-stop shop when it comes to animals. Tell me everything that encompasses your program.
We are the community's public shelter. We have this awesome and important responsibility to take care of our community's lost pets, abandoned animals, mistreated animals. And so that's a huge responsibility. We have, on average, over 4,000 local pets that make their way to the Kitsap Humane Society every year. And we've additionally added about 1,000 or 1,200 pets that we bring in from other shelters where there's a very high kill rate. We have our main responsibility is to save those animals' lives and to find them homes. If possible, we try to reunite them with their owners if they're lost, but most of the pets end up getting adopted out by other families. And we have an amazing 95% save rate, which is awesome. It's one of the highest in the countries among large public shelters. And we're open to mission shelter. We take in all animals. A lot of the animals that come to us are in good shape, but about 20% of the animals have issues. You know, maybe they were traumatized in the home they were living in, or maybe they were traumatized by being out, lost for days or weeks at a time. A lot of the animals come to us sick or injured, and so we have this program of rehabilitation to try to patch those animals together so that they can be adoptable. And in most cases it works. It's really important work.
That's amazing. I love hearing about everything that's available. What other services do you provide?
One of our important services is spay-neuter. In this day and age, we're trying to bring down the population of stray animals, and spaying and neutering pets is an important strategy to stop that overpopulation, that cycle of reproduction. And over the years, we've been able to bring the number of animals coming into the shelter down through effective spay-neuter programs. This year, we're going to spay-neuter over 5,000 animals.
Wow.
Including about 2,000 that we call it low-cost spay-neuter. We provide a low-cost program for low-income families. They can come to us and get their animal altered for a very reasonable price. We also are now responsible for most of the county for pet licensing.
Okay.
We're trying to promote pet licensing as an important thing for your pet. People say, why license my pet? But the main thing is that if your pet gets lost, licensing is a really sure ticket to help your pet get found and relocated.
Sure.
So it's like an insurance policy for $10, $12 a year.
Right.
Why not license your pet?
And who are you partnering with to make that program happen?
All of Kitsap County and the city of Poulsbo,
Okay.
the city of Bremerton, and the other municipalities locally.
That's great. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
It's awesome to hear organizations coordinating with each other, working together
Yes.
for a positive outcome.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about what Kitsap Humane Society is not. You've given me a broad range of services, but what should we not expect from the Humane
Well,
Society?
a lot of times people call us up about raccoons, but the thing is we're not responsible for wildlife.
Okay.
You have the West Sound Wildlife Shelter, so don't call us if you have a wildlife problem. Now, except in the city of Bremerton, it's against the law to feed raccoons, and we have the responsibility out of our animal control duties to enforce that you're not supposed to feed raccoons because you're not supposed to encourage them to hang around.
Okay.
So that's another one of our responsibilities is animal control.
Okay.
We enforce all the laws in Kitsap County and the local municipalities that relate to animals. It could be laws about protecting animals from cruelty and neglect. It's laws about dangerous animals, and then a variety of nuisance violations like dogs running free or disturbing pedestrians. So yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know that the economic downturn was really hard for a lot of nonprofit organizations.
Yes.
Tell me how you guys weathered that storm.
Well, it was hard because like a lot of nonprofits, our government funding for animal control went down and our donations went down. And when I came to Kitsap Humane Society 3.5 years ago, we had some really tough financial problems, but we hung in there. We cut our budget. We found ways to increase our revenue. We were fortunate, our community stayed behind us. We got some good bequests. Right now we're on real sound financial footing, and our goal right now actually is to grow our programs. And we're doing a good job with that. We've increased our adoptions last year by over 30%.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's a big number.
Wow.
We adopted out 1,000 more animals in 2014 than we had in 2013.
My goodness,
Yeah.
That's huge growth.
It
Congratulations
is. Yeah.
on that. That's amazing.
Well, and it's good for the animals of our community and for the people. The fact that we could find so many people in our community who care about animals to come and adopt the pets.
Yeah, and that's very clear today. How does an event like today really tie into that upturn with your organization?
Well, we have to continue to get our message out to the community and engage our community to care for pets, to be involved and support our organization. Our adoption fees only make up about 25% of our budget, and our government contracts make up about 30% of our budget. We have to raise over $800,000 a year just to support the work we do and care for and rehabilitate and adopt out all those animals. So this event brings the community out, it raises awareness, it raises money, it's good for everyone, good for the pets.
In your time at the Humane Society, are there any stories that have really stuck with you?
Well, one thing I recall is probably the most poignant story I can think of was a couple of years ago when we got a call about a hoarding situation, and there were over 90 cats and kittens that were all stuck in a small trailer, and most of them were sick, infected, eye infections, other kinds of issues. And we went in there and we were able to bring all those cats and kittens in and save the lives of 91 out of 93 of
Wow.
those cats, and adopt those 91 cats and kittens out. And I think that's a great poignant story about how, you know, sometimes the work we do is really urgent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell me today?
Well, we really appreciate the support of the community. And one thing I'd like to say is that we have over 500 people who regularly volunteer for Kitsap Humane Society.
Wow.
And we're always looking for more volunteers, whether it's help socializing cats, or grooming, or walking dogs, or just helping doing laundry. Those are important things that we need. The other thing is that we're still trying to grow. We have a vision in front of us of building a new Maine dog kennel. So we're not going away.
Well, we are lucky to have you in the county. Thanks so much,
Thank
Eric.
you.
So we just had a great talk with Eric Stevens, and now I'm here with Natalie Smith. She is the Director of Animal Welfare. Natalie, for an animal lover, this has got to be a dream job.
Oh, it's awesome because I get to spend every day surrounded by cute animals and happy people.
Tell me a little bit about what a typical day is for you.
So I have a lot of staff to oversee, but I try every day to get my eyes on all the animals to make sure everyone's happy and healthy, and then touch base with my staff to see what support they need, because we have so many great programs and so many moving parts, so we want to make sure everything's running smoothly.
Tell me about some of the programs that you touch on a regular basis.
Sure. We have a foster program which puts thousands of animals into foster care each year, especially kittens. And so, especially in the summer months, we're always trying to find new foster homes and support our current foster homes. So kittens who are orphaned or underage go into foster care, and then once they're big enough for adoption, they get to come back to our adoption sites. And so it's a really great kind of cycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We also do a ton of veterinary services, both for the community and our shelter animals. So for community members in Kitsap County, we do low-cost spay-neuter, which is a huge service because we really want to try to end overpopulation and homelessness in our county. We also do low-cost vaccines and microchipping, which is a great way to protect your pet. And we also do affordable private euthanasia and cremation, because we know it's a really hard decision for people when they get to that point in their pet's lives, and we want to make sure it's something they can afford so that their pet can leave this world with dignity. And it's really nice to have those owners come in and feel supported. It's a really great atmosphere.
So, Natalie, in your experience, what are some of the differences between the way Kitsap County works and maybe where have you been previously?
Sure. I actually came from a high-volume shelter in Philadelphia, which is a large urban area.
Oh, yeah.
And Kitsap Humane is awesome because it is a smaller community and it has so much community support. So we do take in less animals, but we have the ability to go help other animals across our state and our region. So in Philadelphia, we're always full to capacity, and in Kitsap Humane, we have so many great adopters and foster parents that when our kennels get empty, we can go to shelters that are full or where animals are at risk and help them and bring them to our shelter and do all the medical and behavior support that they need, which is just a really awesome privilege.
So tell me about the things that a community member needs to think about that might not occur to me when I'm coming to adopt a pet.
Sure. Well, adopting a pet is really exciting, and there's so many cute faces that sometimes people make a really quick decision with the heart, and we always use our counselors to kind of talk through the head decisions. And so thinking about what your lifestyle is. Do you want a dog that is going to go running with you, or are you okay with a couch potato? Are you home a lot and can deal with a dog that isn't used to being home alone? Or are you at work all day and really need a dog that has the ability to stay home and keep itself entertained? And with cats, you know, do you need a cat that can hang out with kids and lots of visitors, or are you really a homebody and your cat can be too? So, you know, it's just talking through what people's expectations are so we can try to find them the best match.
Are there any specific adoption stories that strike a bell with you?
Sure. One of our adoption programs that I think is really close to my heart is our barn cat program. Traditionally in shelters over the country, when cats are scared or aren't used to living indoors or interacting with people, they get euthanized. And at Kitsap Humane, we have a barn cat program that helps place them into loving barn homes so they can have indoor and outdoor access, and they can choose to interact with people or do their own thing if they want. And it's allowed us to save hundreds of lives that at other shelters, they wouldn't have made it. And so that's really special to me.
So Natalie, I understand that there are some rehabilitative and training components to the Kitsap Humane Society. Tell me a little bit more about those.
Absolutely. We have a behavior and training department that really focuses on keeping our shelter dogs happy and healthy while they're in the shelter environment. For a lot of dogs, they're coming from homes and not used to being in a kennel environment. So we want to make sure they're supported and kept busy during the day and get socialization. And then we have some dogs that may have been surrendered for minor behavior issues that in order to really be adoptable, we want to help them learn some of those life skills to make them stay in their new home. So our behavior team works really closely with our volunteers to do that for our dogs. And we also provide post-adoption follow-up for our adopters. So if they do need training or behavior advice after they've adopted, we can help them with all of those fixes so that they can transition that dog nicely into their new home.
That's amazing. You guys do so much there. Thanks. I had no idea. Thanks so much for visiting with us today, Natalie. And I hear that there is a costume contest and a talent show going on, so we're going to go check that out.
It's a terrific turnout. We're so pleased that you're all here. For those of you that are just arriving at the park, and I see several actually hitting the finish line now, stop by, say hello, visit the vendor booths that are here, and it's just great to have you with us this morning.
I am here live with Sherlock and Scooter, two of the cutest of today's participants. You guys, have you done the pet walk before?
No, this is our first year. We just moved back into the neighborhood.
Awesome. And how did it go today? Did you enjoy the walk?
We did. It was nice. It got us exercise and it got them some exercise.
And I see our two little friends here are pretty dressed up. What's that about?
They're going to enter the costume competition as a team.
Oh, awesome.
Yep, Batman and Robin.
They look amazing. Tell me a little bit more about Sherlock and Scooter.
Sherlock is 2 years old. He's a Doberman. And he hasn't been around this many dogs before, and he's really social, so he's loving it.
And tell me about Scooter.
Scooter is a 7-year-old Jack Russell who just loves people attention more so than the dog attention.
Okay, our three dogs here are the three amigos from the movie. Do you want to tell which ones are who?
So this is Reggie. We think he's more like, who's the actor? Steve Martin. Jimmy is more like Martin Short, and Seamus is more like Chevy Chase. So they're all rescues. The only purebred is Jimmy. He's a Lhasa Apso.
I can totally see the resemblance here. Steve Martin all the way.
There you go. That's exactly. So.
All right, Seahawks fans, I've got a 12th man for you that you will not believe. Tell us a little bit about your pup here.
Well, this is Bella, but Richard today, and Bella is all about the ball. She has to have the ball, and if anybody else gets the ball, she will not leave them alone until she has the ball back. So there was no other choice for her to be but Richard Sherman.
I love it. I love it. She seems like a sweetheart. Did you guys do the walk today?
We did.
And have you done it before?
No, this is our first year. We're usually gone, so it's really great, and it's a great cause, and they raised a lot of money in, so it's great.
Welcome back. I'm here with Megan Richards, the Adoption Program Coordinator at the Humane Society. Megan, tell me a little bit about the adoption programs at the Humane Society.
Our adoption programs are amazing. We rehome over 5,000 animals every single year. And so we're out in the community every single week with adoptable animals at PetSmart, at Bay Hay and Feed on Bainbridge, at Boomers and Poulsbo. There are so many opportunities in the community to see our animals that are available.
That's fantastic. How do volunteers work into the adoption program?
Volunteers really are the backbone of our shelter. They can do everything from walking dogs, if they like cats and just want to play with them, we have cat socializers. If they love laundry, we have laundry volunteers that will literally spend the entire night in the shelter sometimes to do all of our laundry. Really anything. If you like parades, we have parades, info booths. If you like it, we have it for you to do.
And tell me about today's option booth here at this event.
Well, today we are doing a licensing clinic, microchipping, we have adoptable animals, we have a whole lot going on down here today.
Awesome. It must be hard to have your job and not take all of them home.
I want to take all of them home, and I have a favorite one every single week.
I bet you do. Well, awesome, Megan. Thanks.
Thank you.
Great job today.
Thank you.
I'm here just on the other side of the finish line. Runners and walkers are coming through with all kinds of amazing animals. And I'm here visiting with Rebekah Johnson. She's the events coordinator here at the Humane Society. Rebekah, tell me a little bit about this event. How long has it been going on?
Yeah, this is a unique and fun event that's been going on for 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we started out a park in Kitsap. I'm not sure which park. We moved to the Kitsap County Fairgrounds, and this is only our second year in Poulsbo, so this is really new for us. But it's a fun event. It's the only event that we have that really brings together community members, pets, and businesses. So it's really unique, and it's really, really pushes for our mission. We have adoptable pets here. It's one of our only special events, big events with the adoptable pets that we can have so many. So there's a history, and it's fun, and we've had repeat participants every year. So
awesome. Tell me a little bit about the volunteers who make this run. I see so many great yellow shirts around here. How do you do it all?
I have so much admiration for our volunteers. They're amazing. We have 50 volunteers here today. That doesn't count the people who helped with stuffing goodie bags, that helped with putting together the signs. There's so much. There's the event setup at 6 a.m. this morning for the vendor booth. There's the registration. There's the course. We have probably 20 people out on the course right now. Wow. And it all requires training as well. So it's a huge production. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you have all that help, and it's awesome to see all of the community come together this way. Tell me about some other events that are going on this year.
Yeah, so we already had a golf tournament. That was in May. Our next event is Raise the Woof, and that's on Bainbridge Island. It's a concert. It's a lot of fun, another family-friendly event. And then we have our big dinner auction in September, and that's animal crackers. So those are our special events, but we also have a lot of outreach events at the shelter, including parades. We are in the community a lot, parades, info booths. We'll be at Whaling Days in Silverdale coming up. That's a good example. So we'll have a booth and be in the parade. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. I love seeing everybody out and about. What are some other new and innovating ways that you guys are reaching out to the community to get people involved?
Well, speaking from a special events side, I'd have to say that we are really engaging on social media. Yeah. Facebook obviously is such a great tool, but we're really reaching out for volunteers. We're really reaching out for adoptions. We're really reaching out for foster care. Everything that you want to know about the shelter and what we need and what's coming up is on our Facebook. We also recently got an Instagram.
Ooh.
I know, it's exciting. Check us out on Instagram. So, I mean, there are so many ways we're trying to reach out to the community. Social media is a great way to know what's going on for events. Another way is we're always looking for volunteers. It takes 50 people to run this event. That doesn't include all the volunteers needed at the shelter to walk the dogs, to play with the kittens, to really, if there's a job you want to do at the shelter with animals, you should volunteer. So
that's awesome. Well, hopefully we're inspiring some animal lovers in the county to get involved, because this is just amazing. I'm so excited to see so many people here today. So great job, Rebekah, and good to see you.
Thank you, Constance.
What'd you think? It was awesome. Kind of fun, right? Yeah.
Say hi.
Yeah. Strap. Strap. All right, ready?
Nicely done, Dick.
Everyone here has made it across the finish line successfully today at the Poulsbo Pet Walk, and I have learned so much about the Kitsap Humane Society, all the services that are available to our community, and we've really seen how important it is to get everyone involved. I want to thank those who joined me today to help spread the word about animal services, and I'd really like to say a special thank you to my four-legged friends. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Around Kitsap. We hope to see you next time.